Mbeki warned us, we didn't listen. ANCYL says Zuma is showing ANC flames. We did not believe former President Thabo Mbeki when he said we are giving the country to the dogs. ANC Youth League ANCYL President Collen Malatji said they are now falling onto the butcher's knife as a punishment for electing former President Jacob Zuma. This comes after Zuma announced in December that he will not vote nor campaign for the ANC, but instead will vote for the newly formed Umkhonto weSizwe MK party. Zuma is now the new leader and face of the MK party and will be vying for the presidency, his party announced. According to Malatji, the ANC should have carefully listened to Mbeki when he said Zuma was not the ideal leader for the party. There is no one that knows the Nkandla fellow more than President Thabo Mbeki. He knows him better because he was his deputy. We did not believe him when he said we were giving the country to the dogs. We did not listen, but I think this time around we will learn to, he said. Malatji addressed the media at the ANC's headquarters, Lutuli House in Johannesburg on Thursday. Mbeki, who served as the second democratic president after Nelson Mandela, was removed from his position in 2008, and the following year Zuma was elected president. He has also been vocal about how Zuma should not be trusted. Zuma is showing us flames already. A political party that is not even a year old but is highly funded by forces of regime change, the people that Mbeki told us that they are the enemies of the revolution, he said. Malatji described Zuma as the very destructive old man who wanted to treat MK party as a family party. It is clear, even in his party, he fires people. He even fired the founder of the party. He is firing everyone because he knows that the party is an inheritance of Duduzile, Zuma's daughter, and the family, not a party for the people, he said. He, however, said their focus now is on winning the 2024 national and provincial elections on May 29. Last week, MK Party expelled Jabulani Khumalo, the founder and man who registered the party, as part of cleansing itself. Meanwhile, Zuma has been requested to appear before the ANC disciplinary committee on Tuesday for defying the party's constitution by showing support to another party. ANCYL blames Zuma for voters' drop and weakened trust. The ANC Youth League's ANCYL, Collen Malatji, blames former President Jacob Zuma for weakening the party and a decline in voters. Taking a swap at the former state president, Zuma said, "The first mistake we made, we gave a grade 2 dropout a country to lead for 10 years. He stressed that young people must now apologize to the citizens for Zuma's failures to address the issues facing the country when they do door-to-door campaigns. Malatji addressed the ANC Youth League, Peter Mokaba Volunteers Rally, and the Alexandra Stadium in Alexandra Township, Johannesburg. The rally was aimed at addressing the issues facing the youth. It is also part of the ruling party's election campaign ahead of the 2024 national and provincial elections set for May 29th. He then resigned in 2018 after he was approached by the ANC leadership to quit following his alleged involvement with the Gupta brothers, the Nkandla saga, and state capture. After dropping out of the public eye, Zuma announced in December in Soweto that would vote for his party Umkhonto weSizwe party MK in the national elections. According to Malatji, the ANC groomed and trained Zuma, but he was using that against them. He also accused him of using the MK for personal gains, knowing very well that it belonged to the ANC. He took MK and now turned it a fake one. He goes around recruiting criminals using our legacy to destroy the movement. Malatji, however, promised that the Zuma thing will never happen again and they will elect and appoint people who were fit for positions. He also admitted that the ANC had its own flops and blunders, but they were working on them to regain people's trust. Meanwhile, the ANC's top 7 leaders were also on a campaign trail with the weekend to mobilize support for the elections. ANCYL wants to meet with ministers, calls on some members of cabinet to jack up performance. The ANC Youth League has reiterated its position that some of the ministers in President Cyril Ramaphosa's cabinet were out of their depth. It said it was not happy with the poor performance of some of the ministers. It said it wanted to meet with them. Recently, the ANC Youth League was caught in a spat with the mother body after it attacked Minister of Employment and Labour Thulas Nxesi, saying he was failing to do job. It called for his firing and described him as Minister of Unemployment. In the latest spat, the ANCYL squared up with Minister of Public Enterprises Pravin Gordhan after it accused him of privatizing Eskom. The league said it would not allow for the sale of the power utility. Instead of going that route, the government must improve the performance of Eskom. The Youth League's National Executive Committee met over the weekend and discussed a range of issues. The ANCYL said on Tuesday it wants to meet with some of the ministers over their performance. The ANCYL NEC is aggrieved by the non-performance of some ministers in the president's cabinet and calls for stricter monitoring of their performance as it directly reflects the president's government's legacy since 2017. We urge the ministers to prioritize the issue political economy, not finding comfort in the rising unemployment, poverty, and inequality disparities. Furthermore, the NEC committed itself to engaging the various ministers deployed by our ANC government, starting with ministers in the economic cluster, to discuss the ideas the ANCYL has on how jobs for young people can be created, said the ANCYL. The Youth League was criticized by the ANC when it launched an attack against NEC over the issues of jobs. It also wants to meet with various business organizations, the South African National Taxi Council, SANTACO, and the Congress of Traditional Leaders of South Africa, CONTRALESA. It said these meetings will strengthen relations with these sectors. And that's it from Injibs Network. Stay tuned to our celebrity and gossip news.